Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
Did you Strava Club and stuff already?
Yes, I did.
You did it while you were at Royce?
No, I did it earlier.
Oh.
I was doom scrolling at Royce. Now that I know what it is, I know when it qualifies.
Is that what you're really doing, scrolling?
I don't know. I was just scrolling through Instagram reels, trying not to be too offensive with, the ones that are really kind of vulgar with people sitting around you.
Don't open anything I send you in public.
I know, right?
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
And I am Joey.
And I'm Jess.
This, folks,
I'm also Johnny Ringo.
You can be whoever you want to be. That's the magic of the podcast, is you can reinvent yourself.
Somebody quoted that movie, and I was like, Tombstone?
Oh,
and
nice.
they were like, yeah, you know that movie? I was like, no, my husband just quotes it all the time.
Folks, this is episode 226 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bikepacking, bike camping, or just plain bikes. And normally, we do it on a regular schedule. But this has been the summer of weird.
Podcast.
Wouldn't you agree, though? It's been the summer of weird.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's just been, just bizarre things. It feels like the summer has gone really fast. And it's been strange.
Days are getting shorter.
Wish the summer away because
No, I never do.
this wonderful teacher has a few more weeks of freedom.
I absolutely hate the end of summer. Even when it meant my kids would go back to school and all that, because most parents are like, "Oh, the kids are going."
No.
I hated it.
So what happens is this is just like society. We are programmed to like summer because for 18 years of our life, it was our little break. Summer sucks. Summer's hot.
Really, you think
Fall's
so?
amazing. Spring's amazing.
I really like
summer
fall.
means like fall's coming.
I like fall. I do like fall.
I can put my booty shorts away and put on some.
No, my problem with fall is that means winter is right behind it.
But we had such a good winter.
I didn't. Well, last winter, you're right. We did.
I was just saying, fall.
Be nice if
means
we
fall.
got another winter like that. Global warming. We're living in
That's
that.
not true.
We're living in the heyday of global warming.
We bring back Al Gore in South Park for another round of that.
It is a ketchup kind of night. Not mustard, but a ketchup kind of night. We're going to talk about Dirty Kitten. We're going to talk about my own little adventures in New York with the Empire State Ride. And we got a whole lot more to get caught up on, I think. I feel like it's every time I'm away from you guys for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, it's like I barely knew you. We got to get to know each other all over again. Before we get to all that, some discount codes to share. Salt Stick website, JoJ website, reach checkout code. Use the code when you use it. I'm out of practice. When you reach the checkout, use the code LOVEYOUBUYS. Takes 20% off all your items. Over at Cutaway USA, use discount code GTD20. Take 20% off your order. And if you're in the market for high hydration stuff, check out Orange Mud. I'm going to have the discount code there. You can take 15% off your orders. And I'm going to have those links and those codes in the show notes. Yes, Jessica, you raised your hand to speak.
No, I raised my hand because your cell phone went off.
I know, I did. I broke.
You didn't put it on podcast mode.
We don't have like a rule about that, but we do all try to be very nice to each other and do
Nothing worse than listening to a podcast and hearing someone's at your door.
It's my Ring notification too, which goes off all the time. Let's see. Have we got any cracks of the week? No cracks of the week.
I got a seltzer.
You could shake up your seltzer and make it fizz.
I have a Topo Chico.
Topo Chico?
Topo Chico.
Yeah,
Topo
it's mineral water.
Chico. I like that. I like mineral water. It's like, I agree. It's good. I got it like
a month ago, and then I came home one day and just had like 5 of these things like a frat boy. on her little thing. And I'm like, oh, she must really like it.
Did you think they had alcohol in them? You're like, glug, 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 glug.
But the nice thing
I hate
about
those kids, it's go glug, 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 glug. Joey's it's just mineral water, Jess.
the nice thing about that versus seltzer is mineral water is always fizzy. So if you leave it out overnight, it's still bubbly.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you can leave it open.
If someone at our table without names has a habit of like drinking half of it, you come back the next day and like a seltzer.
That would be me. Also, Alex had to go get more fizzy water during Dirty Kitten, probably because of me.
Because of you?
Yeah.
I pound the fizzy water.
I know. I'm so bad with it. She had to go get more, and I was like, oh, it's because I'm here.
Yeah.
If you leave it out overnight, it loses its fizziness. Unlike SodaStream, you can revisit.
You can revisit.
Mineral water, I like Topo Chico, and I like the lime one.
Couldn't you take the seltzer, put it in your Soda Stream bottle, and stick it on the thing and give it fizz back?
I don't have seltzer in the house anymore because I have.
Because you have the fizzy, because of the Soda Stream. So okay, well, anyway. Before we get into all of our catching ups, because that's really all we got to talk about tonight.
Discount codes.
I did hit them. I hit them already. You want to do
joking. That's all
Strava
we're talking
Club?
about.
Strava Club? Strava
Josh Chasen from, he's from New York with 502.2.
Josh is a listener that was on ESR at ESR.
Well, I don't know if that's either one of those things where I pronounce and it's foul or I just can't pronounce it.
LaGrangeville, maybe?
Yeah, but on paper it looks different.
It does. Yes, it does.
Joe Wharton from Terra Verde, Florida with 211.2. And Marcia Skinner from Centerville, Illinois. That's close to Muncie. 170.3. And Pawnee.
No.
Is Muncie a real city?
I don't know.
That's just from Parks and Rec.
Sounds like it
I
should
don't
be a
think
real
Pawnee's
city.
a real city.
Get on the Google machine.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
get
a
on the
nice
Google machine and
Now that we
discover-
know what these people know what doom scrolling is.
We had a whole conversation earlier about doom scrolling, and I now understand that I do actually doom scroll quite a bit. It's basically when you just check your mind off and it goes somewhere else, and you just scroll through the things, just one right after the other,
I
right?
always think it's like on a Googling path when you start like going Google to Google to Google, like you Google this, like you're doing something and you Google it and then you keep Googling.
Oh, it's like the one thing leads to another.
Like the infinite hole of the
Okay,
internet,
okay,
something like that.
Well, I've finished the internet twice.
So there you go.
People keep adding new stuff to it, though, and I keep having to go back and finish
So
the rest.
it's like we used to Wikipedia race. I don't know if it's like
Okay.
that. Where like you start on like banana on Wikipedia, and you got to get to like George Bush.
I've never heard of that before.
Just through links?
So in the early 2000s, when it was in between. Kind of, there was games on computers, but then we couldn't figure out how to get past firewalls for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then we did, so we know what to do on computers. And there was like 2 computers in one classroom. So we Wikipedia raced.
Okay.
So you can only click on the links.
You had a sad childhood, didn't you?
Oh yeah. So you click like you want to get to like specialized.
You want to get
tarmac.
You want to get so you give a starting point and an ending point, and
Yeah, you
somebody's
both got to
get
start
there
on the
fast.
same page.
Okay, now I get it.
And then like you like I said, you start on banana, and then through you can only hit the hyperlinks.
Uh-huh.
And you go to fruit, and then like you end up on 9/11, and there's George Bush, Mr. September.
So you're like 6 degrees of separation between a banana.
Sometimes
and
you get there
George Bush.
fast. There's strategy.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's fun.
What are we gonna do with him?
Then I used to take toilet paper rolls and string and talk to my mom downstairs and upstairs and soda. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy.
I had an exciting.
Wow.
I used to climb trees when I was a kid and ride my bike.
Right. We used to all spend time outdoors.
Yeah, and that was only the 90s.
Yeah. Nobody sat inside. I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, and
We had a secret neighborhood baseball field.
yeah, we would leave in the morning, and you didn't come back until I would come home until the street lights came on.
No, I could hear
I
my.
didn't have any street lights
My
on
mom.
anything about that. How many miles did you need, Joey, to break into the top?
Oh yeah, we're still
100?
doing Strava.
Still in the Strava thing.
See, we're out of
All right,
practice.
Strava. Let's see. You needed 129.9.
That's not too bad.
We're still holding steady at 902 for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll shave my beard if we hit to 1,000. Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
I don't think you should do that. Don't put that out there.
I'll just do full mustache.
just the mustache. Okay.
Maybe I'll just shave my mustache so I look like all the Mennonites I was with the last couple days at Milt's.
We're going to talk about that because you're now chainsaw certified. Before we get to that, though, there's a couple of people I picked out of the Strava Club. My good friend Rick Bartlett and Josh, as we mentioned earlier.
Now
Josh
you're playing
Jason.
favorites.
Yes, I am.
Just kidding.
And they both did ESR. And then I saw some names at the top of the list that had to have done Ragbri. Tammy and Mark Doran, Frank Marchetta. Remember we met Frank at Unpaved.
Frank the Tank?
Yeah.
I follow Frank on social media, and
And
I've been seeing all of his posts.
and he ate a lot of pie.
Yeah.
I just saw him every day. It was like he ate
Pie.
an entire pie. It was like strawberry rhubarb this. And Frank, good job on eating pies and traveling across Iowa. And then one more, Charles Phelps picked out that name as well. They were all up at the top and had big miles. And I looked at, I Strava stalked them just to make sure that they were in fact Ragbri people. So it was kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Cool.
All right. You want to start talking about Dirty Kitten?
You can start with ESR.
What is our meat and
and then
potatoes?
I will do.
Oh, I just added a couple things in there, but I know we're going to talk about Dirty Kitten and ESR. I don't have much to say about ESR. It was probably one of the best Empire State rides that I've been a part of. It seems like the whole of the process is getting dialed in. People are really... No. I would text you from the dark places.
I turned my microphone off for that.
No, Joey just said that's not what he texted me. No, it was even with a little bit here and there of things getting a little sideways, it was hands down the best Empire State ride by far. And I think they've ended up raising just over $2 million in the fight against cancer. In the past, I've taken a little bit of heat because I say it's a ride for cancer. And it's not a ride for cancer. We don't celebrate cancer. We fight cancer.
Run for rabies?
Yeah, exactly. Some of the highlights, I think we had beautiful weather all week. It was really hot. And
Oh, you were up there for the hot week.
Yeah, we were up there for the hot week. And in New York, I mean, I think we're a little more used to it maybe down here. So for me, it didn't feel that horrible. The evenings kind of tended to cool off a little bit. But it was hot riding when you're doing 80 miles a day for 7 days straight, doing over 500 and some odd miles. And it was hot. It was warm. And then the last day, the big finish day, when they go into Niagara Falls, we had horrific rainstorms, like just wind and rain. And I kept looking at the radar and kept, waiting for somebody to be like, we're going to have to start pulling people off course. But it never happened. It seemed like we were able to kind of dodge it and kind of skirt between it. And people were smart. They got off the roads and did some shelter when they needed to, which I think is an important thing to know when it's time to do that. And we really didn't have to tell folks that. They kind of did it naturally. So smart riders. I think we had just shy of 300 riders maybe, or 330, something like that. It was flirting right in that number, and it varies day to day because we have day riders, and so it's a slightly different number every day. But food was fantastic as usual. Adam at Two Trees, and I get to work with him again next week in Vermont. So I'll get Adam's good cooking again one more time. And he's a local.
You're at a
boy.
wedding in Vermont. I'm very confused.
No, I'm working bike tour in Vermont.
Oh,
Working a bike tour in Vermont.
you still have roads?
Lake Champlain. Well, yeah, there's been a lot of conversation on the text groups about the road conditions in Vermont with all of the flooding. But we only have one day where part of the route is actually potentially still impacted, and it may actually clear up by the time we get there because it's still like a week and a half away. So as long as Vermont doesn't get any more deluges of rain, I think we're looking pretty good. But wow, what they have suffered up there with the rain. Crazy. But back to ESR. I get to work with Adam. And Adam's a local boy out down in Floyd, Virginia. If you ever need a good catering, although I don't know what his rates are. He may be out of the whack for somebody to just cater something. But he does like movies and movie sets and things like that.
You do the Barbie movie?
I don't know. Probably. I would say he probably yes.
Or do you do Oppenheimer?
Probably two. Yes. Probably both of those. Both of them.
Dang.
Yeah. Probably both. Because he's that good. He's just simply that good. So it's a lot of fun. And I think I'll go back again next year. Just cause. We didn't have any it was like 2 years ago. I think we were had 2 or 3 ambulances called every day for people getting hurt and falling and stuff. We didn't have And I don't think we had any ambulances called this year. And I think we had like 4 days that we were completely accident free, which that many people and riding in the big groups like they did, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So all in all, a very successful Empire State ride and a lot of money raised to fight against cancer. So there we go.
That's good.
Let's talk about Dirty Kitten.
Dirty Kitten.
I was having such FOMO seeing all of the posts and all the fun and Travis and Joey meeting each other.
Travis and Joey in the group or in that message was like nothing else.
And that was pretty special.
I was pulling over to the side of the road just to see what Travis and Joey would say to each other. So very exciting that they finally met after all these years.
You know, that's one of those things you don't think about. Sometimes these people, we talk to them on the phone and on the podcast so much that you kind of know them. And then you realize, like, hey, we've never actually met in person, have we?
Yeah. So
like 5 years of online dating.
Yeah, that's what Joey said. Joey said it was like a Hinge meetup or something like that. Or
Hinge. I've never been on Hinge.
Whatever it's called.
Been on Tinder.
A Tinder
you guys met on
relationship.
Dark days
the
of
dark
like
days.
2015.
But that was when Tinder wasn't what it is today, right? Or maybe it was. You tell me. I don't know.
I don't know if anyone was getting roofied, but
The lady last week got roofied. So.
We're going to check on her.
Oh, good. We do need to check on her. I'm very glad. I'm very glad we get to check on her.
cold collar.
So my last day of summer school was Thursday.
Right.
So Friday, I ran a little bit before we went, did some packing, did some last minute stuff, walked Joey's sister's dog, and then I left for Dirty Kitten. So drove to Dirty Kitten, and I was there Friday.
You drove solo.
I did.
You drove solo, and then Joey came later.
I had to drive solo because Joey was still working.
Right. He's a working man.
And I have Joey's car.
Someone's got to get the bikes.
Joey had the rental car.
Okay.
So Joey drove the rental truck, and then I drove Joey's black car.
Okay.
So
you took off.
Yeah,
Went
took
down
off
there.
Friday. Friday, left kind of like, I wanted to leave a little bit earlier, but I just didn't get out. And I left probably around 2:00 so that I got to Virginia around 5-ish.
A little too late because you hit traffic.
A little too late. I hit a lot of traffic in Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody's, but I got to
Friday.
pick up. Yeah, I got to pick up the trophy for the team, so that was really fun.
Cool.
So that was in Culpeper. So I picked up the trophy, and then I headed to Dirty Kitten, and then I stayed there Friday, Saturday, and I came home Sunday night.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a long time for me.
Now, were you in a cabin or were you in a tent?
Well, I got to stay at Rosie's house,
Okay.
and Rosie is Alex's mom.
Oh, yeah.
And
nice.
Get this.
Okay.
I got to stay in her camper. So the girls, there was like 2 guest rooms in the house.
Uh-huh.
So like Julie and Carrie and Ivy and Brooke, they all stayed in the house. But I didn't want my snoring to wake up everybody.
Did you tell everyone that?
So yes, because it's the truth, honestly. Like
That was our biggest fear.
I'm always waking people up with my snoring. And it's very embarrassing.
You ain't got nothing on me with my snoring.
It's very embarrassing to go out to a place and like people not be able to get sleep because you're snoring all night long, you know? So yeah, so I did stayed at Rosie's camper
Okay.
at Rosie's house. Rosie lives very close to where the ride starts.
Okay.
So Rosie has a barn and everything there. And
At least you didn't have to stay in the barn.
no, the barn was beautiful.
You got her own camper, though.
I did have my own camper. It was really nice. They came in and like made sure I was okay. They checked the air conditioning and
Did you use a bathroom in that, or did you have to go inside?
I used the bathroom.
Do they know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they used the bathroom. I did, instead of like going through all like the opening of the top thing and everything like that, I just showered in the house. So I showered and then just went to bed. So that was really nice. I stayed in Rosie's house, but a lot of friends there. We had a lot of people who showed up. On Saturday, I got to volunteer all day.
Nice.
And the 80 and the 60 went out. And I got to do the tie-dye station.
Oh.
So that was really fun. So at Dirty Kitten, they have this awesome thing that if you buy a white t-shirt that says Dirty Kitten Racing on it, you get to tie-dye the shirt.
Genius.
So really genius. It was super fun. And then somebody got to work the tie-dyeing center. So I did that.
I bet you loved that.
It
I
was
bet
super fun. I'm not the best tie-dyer.
It doesn't matter.
I definitely learned that the other girls, like some of the other girls were like really good at tie-dyeing.
Okay.
So, but
It's tie-dye. There's no like...
There's no.
Yeah. So I did.
Mine's upstairs drying.
I worked a little bit on course to start off the day. I was using the flag to direct people. So that was fun.
That.
I got to see everybody riding.
That's the best part about... Now, people don't understand that about volunteering at an event, is you get to see all the people.
Suffering.
Yeah,
cool. No,
I mean,
it's
it
cool.
was awesome. Ted, so there was a lot of people who rode on Saturday. Ted and his wife, Ted's wife did their first gravel event.
Nice.
Because she got a new salsa bike from Bike Dr. Frederick. So she was there, got to meet her and Ted. They rode together 40 miles. So that was awesome.
What's she like? Is she crazy?
No, she's super nice.
Well, there's something wrong with her to put up with Ted.
So on Saturday, it was super hot. Like super, super, super hot.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was working at on course. And some guy fell, so I had to be the person that like told Alex like we need a car. He was kind of a curmudgeon. His name was Dexter because the reason
Sorry,
why
Dexter.
Sorry. Well, Dexter was with me when he crashed, and I was like, I know it stings, it's terrible, whatever, blah blah blah. And then I just kept calling him friend like I normally do. And he's like, please do not call me friend. I prefer the name Dexter. And I was like, oops, sorry.
Oops.
So then he was standing there a little bit. I was like, hey, I have to walk back to the next stop. Do you want to listen to Taylor Swift? And he was like, no, I don't even like her. And I was like, whoops. So then he was pushing his bike back from where Shannon was, who was volunteering too. And Shannon, he got in the car and I didn't see it. And I was in Chris's truck. And I moved the seat back, and little did I know it like scrunched his little legs because they were all bloody.
Dexter's
and I
legs?
was like, "Whoops, sorry!" Like didn't even know. Like
you were anti-friend.
I was maybe we had a little difficult relationship.
You're anti-friend.
So
That's okay.
I think he broke his collarbone, but he was being like a typical like. Don't call anybody. Don't tell them I don't need you. And then he like tried to get back on his bike. I was like, friend, I don't think you should do that.
Do you know what
And
distance he was doing?
Yeah, either the 80 or the 60.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look up Dexter now.
Ooh, Dexter's getting a lot of attention here this evening.
So,
Don't be such a Dexter, everyone.
yeah. Well, I mean, I get people get in their feelings. They have big emotions when they,
yeah. Well, he's hurting. too.
and I
He's
get
hurting.
that. And he's a
hurt.
male and hurting, and that's
Hurt.
like,
Yeah.
Boo-hoo.
So that was Saturday, and then worked on course for a little bit. Then I worked some of the merchandise tent, and then I did some tie-dyeing. I got to see a few people come in for their second lap. That was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yeah.
so 2 laps.
Saturday.
Explain to folks.
No, 2 laps is 40. So 3 laps is 60, and then 4 laps is 80.
Okay.
So yes, they're going on the Kitten Crusher 4 times.
So there was a
I
40.
found Dexter.
There was a
Oh my
40, a
God.
60, and an 80.
A 20, 40, 60, and 80.
And then what went on Saturday?
Saturday was the 80 and the 60.
And then the 20 and the 40
Were
ran
on Sunday. Yes.
Okay.
So Saturday is a little bit more of a stressful day. Like not as many people were tie-dyeing because they were like because those were even the categories that got payouts and stuff like that, like the elites. So
We were trying to figure out what Joey's doing.
God, I can't even tell a story, Joey. Okay, so then Saturday night,
Found Dexter.
Joey, nobody
good.
cares.
We spent a lot of time on Dexter.
We're past Dexter.
Oh, no. We share the same birthday.
We're past.
No, we don't.
Dexter.
Never mind. Sorry.
We're past Dexter.
Okay,
Dexter.
yeah, I don't know why Joey's like obsessed with this man.
Well, he was a bully to my wife, and I didn't know about it till now.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
You should see me with the guy that hit her in the car.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, right?
Whatever. True.
He was no Dexter.
So, so Saturday night, we went to Alex got Chipotle delivered and catered, and basically everybody who was staying there, like Travis and most of the Dirty Kitten people, we ate and all those things. So that was really fun.
You had dinner with Travis?
Yeah,
Wow.
Where was Travis staying?
Yeah, where did
In-
Travis stay?
his van.
Son of a nutcracker.
Telling you. So he was at Rosie's house as well in his van?
No,
Oh.
Travis was sleeping at the
Place.
the lodge or the cabin or whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was sleeping there. So a lot of people were there. Ted was there. Gabe was there from Pax Fellow. He actually won first in the 80 Open.
Saw that. Go Gabe.
Go Gabe, which is pretty cool. I would say go Gabe even if he stood on the podium or didn't.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Be a Gabe, not a Dexter.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, be a Gabe, not a text.
So Matt Hawkins from Ridge Supply was there.
Everybody was there.
Some guy named Kevin, he was there.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin was there?
McAllister?
I don't know who the
Holy
Kevin
cow.
said we've met each other a few times.
Oh, but Kevin.
But this is Kevin's 5th year doing the Dirty Kitten. They have done every Dirty Kitten race since Alex started.
Wow.
So they got a
None
Lifetime
of-
Achievement Award.
Done none of them.
Major award.
They got a major award. My major award's right there.
Okay.
Oh, it's behind the thing. You can't see it.
I can kind of see it.
So they did all the podiums, and Alex gave me a Spirit Award. So that was super nice.
Spirit of Gravel.
They said Jess Santora, the Spirit of Gravel.
Excellent.
They let me stand on the podium and raise my arms up, and then Bruce took my picture. So that was super cool.
Bruce was there too, just in case.
Bruce was there.
Everybody, he's just
I
keeping
know.
up. I missed breakfast with Bruce.
You did? He did make us breakfast.
Golly.
He did make us breakfast.
Wow.
So then after we got Chipotle, which is my favorite meal, I went back and slept at Rosie's house in Rosie's camper because we got there at like 5 a.m. that morning. And then we didn't
Long
leave
day.
until like 6:37. It was the hottest day too.
Ugh.
So it took, I was just hydrating as much as possible and stuff like that because you are literally on your feet all day.
Yep.
But it was amazing. So Saturday, absolutely amazing day. Such really cool people I've met on the Dirty Kitten team
Mhm.
because a lot of us, we just keep like, we have a Dirty Kitten chat.
Cat chat.
We have a cat chat. So we like know each other through there, but we don't like know each other because there's people on the Dirty Kitten team that are all the way from Colorado.
Oh, all across the country.
You know,
yeah.
so it was really cool to like actually meet some of these girls and
So a lot
hear
of them were
their
there.
stories.
They came from far away.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
The girl who rode with me back and forth to Rosie's house, her name was Ivy. She was in the elite category. So she was like 3rd in the elite category on the Dirty Kitten team for the 80. So
Wow. I just enjoyed living the kitten life vicariously through the social media, through Joey and Travis and your conversation that I got to chime in on every once in a while. But
yeah,
I really do wish that I could figure out a way to make that work, but it's just always the same weekend.
it's such a great event. And I kind of saw why it was such a great event. So on Sunday, the reason why it is such a great event is because of the relationships of the people that we have out there.
Mhm.
And then Sunday, we'll get into more of why was the relationships, but on Sunday was my time to ride.
Okay.
So it was very fun to see all the elite members of the Dirty Kitten team who raced the 80 on Saturday are now volunteering. So
Oh, that is
all of our teammates.
awesome.
So if they
See, I'm gonna pause you for a minute
Go
because
ahead.
that right there is what makes it fantastic. Because a lot of events they would race that 60 or 80, they do their thing, and then they just be gone. But for all of those people to stick around and then support the 20s and the 40s the next day, that's just freaking fantastic.
Most of them did. So like Carrie and Ivy and Ra are on the elite side of the Dirty Kitten. Like they use it for cross all those things.
Is it cross training for cross? What is cross training?
Cross.
Right. So
Cross.
Oh, I
they
like that.
a lot of them did the 80 or the 60 and then again on Sunday did the volunteering.
Okay.
So that was really fun to see everybody, like people that I was out cheering for on Saturday
We're not
were
cheering for
then
you.
cheering for me on Sunday. So that was really cool.
Freaking tastic.
Full Send does their timing.
Mhm.
And the lady there was absolutely amazing because we volunteered with them all day on Saturday
Mhm.
and Friday. They like kind of knew us by the end of the week.
Sure.
So they let me race without my race timer on.
Okay.
Right. You know, I hate that. I hate
Right, right.
my
Bibs
my
and numbers and timers.
I hated
and
all of it.
trackers.
I
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
that people use my timing as a way to declare if it's a good day or a bad day, right? I got out, rode my bike, I was outside. And when I came across the finish line, they said she doesn't like numbers to define her life, but there's Jess coming across. So that was really cool.
Oh,
That was very special.
that is awesome. Oh.
So the race was great. My stepbrother and stepsister came up for it.
Okay.
They are from New Jersey, and this was my stepsister's first gravel event.
She
So
rode
that was really cool.
They rode it.
Yep.
They rode it. Nice.
She was super great, rode her mountain bike, did the whole thing. And, it's fun seeing your friends on with your Dirty Kitten gear,
Mhm.
going through kind of like, it was fun. It was good.
Did your ears hold up for the day?
Ears actually were Joey's ears.
Okay.
My black and blue ones needed a little dry shampooing and rouging.
Okay.
Like, because of the rain, I ride through them with the rain on it. But rode Joey's ears, and my stepbrother always makes fun of my ears, and he's always like, "Where are your ears?" And like even Ra, who was on, who did the 80 or 60. She was working merchandise with her cat ears on. She didn't even have her helmet on, so that was really cool.
Right.
So,
I would have worn my ears.
yeah,
I'm looking forward
Ted wore his ears.
I am looking forward to Growly Cat next year already because I do get to go to that. And Joey, we'll get to wear our ears for that. But you know what? I know that you're racing, so the aerodynamics of the ears.
Oh, yes.
We could wax them back, maybe.
He might need that.
No, that's Growly Cat.
So there were a few times when I was like, wow, this really is why we do gravel, like all these things.
Perfect.
And I was really thinking about M and a few others did the 80-60, and then they did the next day the 40-20. So they did either the 80 or the 60. So they did the double kitten challenge.
Back to back.
So back-to-back days. And M on the first day had fallen over. She came across, she had ice like on her shoulder. She dented her helmet. She needed a new helmet. She was all caught up in the side. It was crazy to see her leave Saturday with all those cuts and with all the ice and like all those things and just be as chipper as ever for the next day of racing.
This was full contact
Full contact kitten.
because Dexter went down and got grumpy, and now you've got M.
M was,
okay.
like she definitely wasn't grumpy, but yeah, it was cool to see a few of them do back-to-back kitten races.
Okay.
So the 80-60 or 20-40. So that was really cool.
Nice.
But absolutely amazing. I mean, they don't do a better job with things. You could tell there were so many females on course, and you can tell it was sponsored by a women's bike riding club.
Okay.
Because there were a lot of women on course. The best part about doing the Dirty Kitten events is like the reunion of it. So seeing them at Growly Cat, seeing them at Cat Camp, people who I rode with at Cat Camp coming across the finish line and stuff like that is super fun because you do build a really good relationship with them. And I do rely on these people on social media or through text or anything else to motivate me to get moving some days. Some days it's really tough to get up and to get on your bike or to get up and get runnings. But I really rely on these people, not only on the Cat team, but people who are racing like M and stuff like that. I really appreciate them because they inspire me every day to keep going a little bit more.
So, I'll say this about Empire State Ride, and I think you would appreciate this as well. The correlation is there. It's not a gravel event, obviously, but there are all different types of people that do that event. You have the elite cyclists that are in the pace lines in there. They're going from point A to point B. Then you have people of all different body types doing Empire State Ride. And if you think about that for a minute, they're doing a 60-mile day, multiple 70 and 80-mile days, and a 100-mile day. They're doing 550 miles in 7 days. And there are all different types of people there. And they do it for different reasons. They do it because of maybe they themselves had cancer or a family member had cancer. They're doing it for all these different reasons. And to watch them succeed at it, even if they don't ride every mile, they're out there riding considerable miles. So there's lots of correlations to what you're talking about.
You should see if they can switch that next year to a week later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Could y'all change this for me?
We always have
man.
said, like before, like we all do the same 20-mile loop, right? Like that's the same 20-mile loop each year. And some people do it 3 times or 4 times, and some people do it 1. But everybody's story or everybody's journey to get to that race on that day is different.
Yeah.
Like, even though we all do the same 20 miles, even though we all ride up the same Kitten Crusher, like my journey getting to the start of the race is different than others people's.
Sure.
And that's the part that should be celebrated.
Mhm.
And I love that showing off in the true cat way.
Right.
I mean, go.
Can we celebrate? You told me last minute you wanted to ride, so I took your bike all the way down to the frame and rebuilt it
Yes,
with
Joey did
everything
that.
and like the 0 hour.
Because you were talking about not riding, just
Well,
going to volunteering, right?
I got into that car accident and I had whiplash, and I probably stopped riding my bike for like a week and a half-ish. I got faster back into running than riding. Riding just puts a lot of pressure on my neck.
Yeah, of
And
course it does,
that's
yeah.
the part that Joey and I were most concerned about, is because the side of my neck really
Red shit.
hurt.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to ride.
So I didn't touch your bike.
Yeah, so I brought my bike down just to do a few shakeout rides or just to go like on a little stroll or something.
Mhm.
Or if they needed me to volunteer on course, I would have rode it from point A to point B.
Right.
But the night before, I said, Joey, I think I'm going to do it.
I think the morning of. No, the night before.
Yeah, the night before, because I was
Very last minute, and I tell people never to do that.
Ah.
But they all don't have a Joey.
They don't have a Joey.
They don't have a Joey.
No, none of them have
I'm
a
usually
Joey.
not cocky, but
So usually
And
the
then-
night before. Oh, go ahead, Joey.
I redid her brakes, new pads, a bled, pulled the headset, did the bottom bracket, new drivetrain. She's like, I think I need my brakes worked on as she came back, and I just stared at her for like 7 seconds.
He just stared and smiled at me.
You
and I
pulled
was
a Mitch
like,
McConnell.
Okay.
I was like, I just did about $700 worth of work. But no, it
Because
was.
when you're going down some of the descents,
Yeah.
they are loose and like, there are some scary descents sometimes.
I heard the route was opposite of what we did, and yeah, a lot of people were talking about the descending when I got back because I saw people that went over or just was like, man, that was sketchy today.
So when
Yeah.
we did Growly Cat, we kind of went through the thing and went to the right. So you went to the left. Okay.
yeah.
So you had that big climb at the beginning then.
Yes, very
Okay.
much so. And people, my stepsister was like, she was
That's tough right out of the gate.
BSing me before the bike race started, where she was like, oh, I'm going to go slow. I'm going to ride with you the whole entire time, because it was her first
And
girl.
then zoom, zoom.
They never ride with me. Once I tell people I'm usually last, like they don't ride with me anymore. And that's okay. Like, that's your journey. That's how you want to do it.
Yeah.
But
You were nowhere
know,
near last.
I was taking pictures and stuff like that. So it's fine that people don't ride with me. It's just funny because I probably have like 5 or 6 people before who want to ride with me.
Mhm.
And then they never want to ride when it comes to it. But she was like, I might have to walk up the first climb. And I was like, no, I'm definitely walking up the first climb.
In essence, they actually, since you're all on the same course and you're all doing the same event, they are riding with you.
I mean,
They may not
yeah.
be with you, but they're in the same. You have the same experience and the same stories to tell at the end because you're on the same course.
When Joey and I ride, though, we ride together.
Yeah.
Like, Joey has to pull over to fix his bike saddle 800 times on Croatan. I'm pulling over with you, Joey. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we ride it together. We're married. We do it together. We ride our bikes together. Like,
That could be an
That's
episode
what we
title.
do.
We're married. We
Yeah.
do it together.
do it together.
I don't know. Her one ride in between all this, she definitely left me because I took a phone call.
Yeah, I forgot to stop.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm not kidding, but I'm also just kidding.
yeah.
No big deal.
But like it's so, the reason why we do Alex, well, the reason I do Alex and Chris events, and I would know that
Same
you guys
reason I do it.
you would do
They're
too,
great
is
people.
because they're good people,
Yeah,
right?
they're great people.
So I love the fact that not only did they recognize podium spots, but they did like 5 or 6 awards of people who, did a race every year for the past 5 years. They made sure they gave the timing people a thing because of all the work they do
Mhm.
for it. They just made sure to recognize people,
Mhm.
like all different people in the gravel scene. You don't even have to
Awesome.
be riding. And for them to think about you on their special day, like that means a lot to me.
well,
Well, Chris was nice enough to like get his infection and everything after.
yeah, and it was his
Yeah.
birthday, and
It
he
was his
got
birthday,
sick. So Chris,
yeah.
happy birthday, feel better. I know you listen, so happy
Yeah.
birthday and feel
But
better.
like seeing Chris on course, like I saw Chris on course 5 or 6 times during the day. And the first time I saw him, he was like pulling a little trailer with stuff. And I was like, is Pachin back there? And he was like, no, she doesn't stay back there. And I was like, are you telling me you're sweeping the ride? Because I'm not done yet. Like, because, when they do sweep the course.
Yeah.
But when I saw Chris at the first time I saw him, I was like, well, I'm not even done yet. I would like to keep going, like, are you sure I have to when Chris passed you, I'm like, oh no, maybe I'm last and I can't do this again. But no, it was great. I mean, Travis is a race director, and because they support Alex and Chris so much, both of them volunteer and go to each other's events. Like, that's what I feel like the spirit of gravel is about.
Yep.
And the podiums there's podiums, right?
Sure.
And Joey and I on Saturday were arguing back and forth because
Oh.
I don't know what we argued about.
well, because I was like, the pros get paid to do these rides, and then they get paid. I'm getting paid. Like, not only do they get to ride this race for free, but then they might.
You don't know if they ride it for free.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know, but then they get paid, like, money, money. And Joey and I were having this discussion. And then they announced the Spirit of Gravel ride, and I got to go stand up there. So who am I to say something? Like, if Jeremiah Bishop wants to go up there and win $200, let him win $200. Like,
it's also like from an Alex and Chris perspective, from the organizer's perspective, they've got so much stuff going with what you were talking about earlier. They've got so much stuff that's going on in that day of and that they're thinking about. And then, like you mentioned, all of these little extra things that they don't have to do.
They don't have to do it. Exactly.
But yet they did.
They did.
And so thought about those extra details. That's
because
really
they
great.
want people to be included, and they want everybody to be there, and they want everybody having fun. They really do think about each individual rider as they're putting on this race.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful experience. Would do it 10 out of 10 again. I always tell myself, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be more well-trained next year and do the 80 or something like that. But is there really a need to? It's the same, there's not. As long as I'm able to keep going and keep doing the events and supporting them, no matter if I'm volunteering or riding.
We never really talked about Gruss because we kind of had other things going on. But I had so much fun because, Carrie went and she wanted to ride her e-bike. And I was registered to do like the 50 or whatever. And I said, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to spend the time. And I rode with Daryl and her, and we got to the top, and everybody got down, and everybody's e-bike survived till the end. And we had a great day. Did 24 miles. Or something. Like, this is fantastic. Because it's not about the distance. It's not about how fast you go up or how fast you come down. It's just about out there having a good time.
And it's honestly building those relationships from the volunteer standpoint, from the race director standpoint. I mean, there were so many people that I even remember from Cat Camp or from another race or stuff. Somebody walked up to me and was like, I love what you do for mental health on social media. There was so many people there.
Excellent.
That were like, that made this such an inviting place to be.
It's awesome.
Like, would spend more time there. Like, you rate it. Rate apps, and you're like, rate it 5 out of 5. I would recommend doing this again. That's how I describe doing the Dirty Kitten event. So
it is always a third weekend in July kind of thing for the listeners. If you haven't done it,
it's always really hot. Like it always makes Alex super stressed out at how hot it is. This year, I didn't know who Jeremiah Bishop was because last year I had no idea who he was.
Very good.
And this year he was talking to Matt, and then he came over and said hi to me. So I was like, "Hi, friend, how you doing?" And
you didn't introduce him to Matt?
No, Matt knew him. I didn't need to introduce them because Matt knew him. And my tie-dye section was really close to Matt's section. So I would just wave at him creepily. And he tie-dyed his shirt, so that was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was fun. I love the whole thing.
It'll be a pair of socks soon.
Yeah. Joey got socks. I didn't get socks, but I just used Joey's socks. So
yeah, it's there.
Oh, and they introduced the snowy shirt, the snowy Hawaiian hand-up shirt.
Mine's upstairs.
It probably sold out. I'm assuming it sold out. They actually have to do another batch of them because they sold out. When I got Joey's, there was only one extra large left, and that was Friday or Saturday.
Didn't get it from me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can order them now because Alex is doing a run of them.
You can do a Blake one for the shop.
Well, don't miss it. Dirty Kitten. Don't miss Growly Cat either, because that's a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Growly Cat is so much fun.
And I'm not having any wedding for Growly Cat next year.
Do
Say that now.
whatever you can to support
now.
race tractors that do good for the world.
Next thing you know, Ray's going to have a wedding next year.
No, good Lord, no. A couple of things that I wanted to mention.
Whoa, I brought Blake. Jessica finished with her dog and husband there.
I did.
Okay.
It was very nice because the whole time I was like, I wonder how far I am away from the beginning. And I was like, Joey's close. Gotta go.
So what did you do when you got there?
Nothing.
That's
It was
excellent.
awesome.
That is excellent.
I was telling Chris, I was like, this first event, I haven't volunteered, I haven't ridden, I haven't like offered to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I started a grill for Alex.
Nice.
I don't know how to set up a beer tap keg like cooler system, but no, it's nice. I got there early enough to help Jessica, like probably a little after 8:15, 8:30.
I biked together.
Race started at 9, so we got to see everyone off.
I know it's tough to start it
Cool.
at 9 o'clock when it's such a hot day.
Yeah.
That's
Sunday, it was.
And we didn't bother Chris that day. Joey says we can't bother Chris.
Yeah, Jess is like, oh, Chris is going to do all this or that. I'm like, do you realize how much Chris?
I always ask him the night before.
Yeah, but-
I'm always like, hey, friend. Like,
Chris is nice enough to say yes, and he will.
Yeah.
Doing 1,000 things.
Yep.
That's just Chris, though. He's a nice guy.
So you drove the truck out.
he did. He actually
I still
almost
got-
got it stuck in a ditch.
The side of that hill, I was in the worst parking spot. And then I bottomed out going, I didn't see the drainage ditch. I was getting into that. It definitely just hit something underneath it. I'm not looking.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was a
There's-
Tacoma. I
yeah.
did have to put it in 4-wheel drive to get back out of there
Nice.
because I was spinning wheels. But I got a love-hate for the Tacoma. It was nice.
Good.
I do not, after doing some long car rides, seats are not comfortable
Oh,
for me.
it's a little rough.
It's
yeah.
on my lower back for some reason. But anyway,
Yeah, it's a little
Blake was great.
It's a truck, man.
It was all the
Did Blake enjoy riding in the
an
truck?
F-150 too. So I like it because we used to, in our green one, I forgot in our green one, I put all the seats down and just have the nice
Mhm.
back, and I put his bed and blanket. We
Okay.
had the whole back seat, and then the back window opened, so he just had his head
Oh,
hanging.
your
out.
your back window opens?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean the slider opens. I thought you meant you had
Yeah,
the
but it's
whole,
enough for Blake to put his
the
head
whole
down.
thing. Yeah. Nice. Good
And
job.
then it was
Blake.
like 2 hours of like kind of sitting around, and then everyone started coming in.
nice.
It was really relaxing.
It's fun.
Pacha did not like Blake as much,
Okay.
but didn't mind bumming his water.
Okay. Nice.
So
You are also now recertified chainsaw expert. So that's for trail work, right? You've been doing some.
So we have
chainsaw?
to have certifications because of state forest and stuff that we work on, and technically you need to be for liability, be trained. I mean, a lot of people just go
Just go
whack with a saw, and
yeah.
there's one thing, but we spent a whole day yesterday with PowerPoints in classroom and tearing and breaking down and learning saws.
Well, is it about the saw and what you're doing with the saw and you're cutting in a
Everything.
state forest? It's because I'm assuming there's some sort of like, oh, do this, don't do that.
So we're not certified to drop trees, but that's not what we do.
Yeah, you're just clearing trail.
Yeah.
Clear
And we've had some wild stuff we've had to clear in the past, but to help with our permit and land agreement and stuff, 3 of us went out and spent 2 days certifying. Yesterday was all classroom. Today was all cutting.
So you were in Doncaster, right?
Doncaster, yeah.
Now,
It's middle of nowhere.
I've also, because that's on the path when we go over to like Mallows Bay to fish.
Oh, that road?
Yeah, that
I
road, and you
remember.
go by Doncaster.
I'm usually
Are
pretty
there
drunk.
any gravel roads in there?
There's gravel roads all over there, but honestly, I got a little overworked today. I had to sit down, so I don't remember.
Well, I'm just wondering if there's like the ability to string together a little gravel ride. In it.
Doncaster has gravel roads. I don't know how much. I can text the Ryan guy.
I'd love to know how much you could actually string together to do like
5 or 6 miles.
I mean, you do a few loops on that.
Yeah.
'Cause, we just don't have any.
Yeah.
And that's what, a 45-minute drive, maybe an
An
hour?
hour and 10.
Oh, was it really? Okay. Yeah.
Once you
it's that
get
far.
to
It's
La
that far.
Plata, you
It's that
spend
far.
another 15 miles.
Yeah, it
something
is
like
that
that.
far. It is that far. You're
It's
right.
a hike in the boonies, and there's some of the bars out there. You're like, whew,
Oh, yeah.
you must be a local to go in there.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's right next to the police academy, so I was like, well, we're not going to have service all day. And right there,
Yeah.
5 bars.
5 bars.
Yeah.
Whew.
Spent yesterday in Cedarville for 6 hours.
So class stuff was at Cedarville, and
Yeah,
then
I said, yesterday was all the not boring, because I actually liked it. I learned a lot. I've cut a lot of stuff in the past, but I did try to relearn, like how we approach stuff today with the guys that actually, and they were, Shannon and Ryan are actually like, they're forest employees. They're also firefighters, like forest firefighters. So it's pretty cool to learn from them a different way about everything.
Now your next step is to be forklift certified.
Oh yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, snow cone certified too. It was fun. I was running the saws like I am
certified.
I'm pooped. Like it was hour, and it's not just running the saws. It's because so they had another class to learn how to drop trees for state employees. So there was like 6 or 7 trees, and like we each took. There's 3 of us. So these little mini poplars, whatever. Where Andrew did one. Because we have to limit. Clean it, and then you're starting the bucket, and then Alan did the other one, and they left me with the biggest freaking oak tangled with a pine. Like I'm running like it was a steel 362 that I got. Like that's not a light saw, 12, 13 pounds. And we're just limbing it, which is like clearing everything except for the tree itself. And it's so twisted up. I got so exhausted.
So if you need some practice.
No, I've cut so much.
You've got to keep your skill. Like once a week, you need to work. So I have things in my backyard that need to be cut up. So just feel free. Come on over. I'll do my part.
A tractor, right?
Yeah. I'll
drag in the water.
I'll do my part.
I did so much storm cleanup in the past. I forgot how tiring that is.
Oh yeah, because it's not just running the saw. Then you got to move the wood.
Like I said, it's like if Andrew's whacking this one tree, you're moving all the stuff. Yeah. You're dragging it, and then you're running a saw for an hour. It was fun. I said more power to the people that do that every day.
Yeah. Well, no. Thank you for doing that because you're doing trail maintenance, and that's
So technically,
pretty awesome. That's great.
Yeah, you have to run a saw over at the lake or anywhere like that. You have to have the. I figured why not? Me and Andrew are doing most of the trail work, and Alan's getting into it. So
cool.
Trey, we got to try to do another class. So if anyone's interested,
okay.
Good.
Let
me know.
Well, before we get to this or that, we've got some coastal North Carolina news.
Oh, you know how that?
The new Ridge Supply kits.
The new Croatan Coastal Fern button-up and jersey pre-sale is going on. Have you seen pictures of it?
I did today. I love the neon tree things. It looks beautiful.
You seen it?
Yeah, Joey worked with Matt with it.
Yeah, I asked Matt, let's do another round in another color, like a week ago.
So you're the brainchild.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, no, Matt's the brainchild. I asked him last week before Dirty Kitten. I was like, hey, man, people are asking for other colors. So he did one with like multiple other colors. And Philip finished it from cutaway, and Matt called me today to check it because we're going to bring it back in the shop again.
Nice. That's
a small pre-order if you want it sent right to your house, and the new coastal button-up, not the all-rounder. The all-rounder is a nice zipper one.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
The loose. So here's my thing with shirts. Forever, I was riding Hawaiian shirts like way before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was cool. I'm not saying that, but it was like Old Navy, whatever.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts. They don't take sweat well. They get heavy. They get they're nasty.
Well, they're not meant for that.
Yeah. And then hand-ups started coming out with them, and the hand-ups are okay, but hand-ups are, I told Matt in person the other day, and I was like, dude, the hand-up shirts are cool, but they suck for riding. They do not breathe. They're thick.
Okay.
They're like one level up from Old Navy, but they're not where they should be.
Okay.
No offense to hand-up. We're all friends there.
So it's more about style
Styles there
than it is.
And then Matt came out with the other one, which is more practical with Phillip, and it's getting better. And the new one they're doing for this has a little bit more mesh and more breathability built into it. It's like next level.
Excellent.
Matt,
I know I tried on one of the button-ups, and I was like, ooh, can't do it. No, my body type doesn't work.
Here's the thing for the button-ups, if anyone's listening and actually buys them, and I don't know, the code does not work for this because it's Ridge Supply, not cutaway.
Yeah.
But it is cutaway. A little confusing. If you're an extra large and you want to wear the button-up loose, get a double extra large.
Yeah, so just size up.
Size up.
Size up is the key.
Yes.
Size up is the key. And I remember you saying that about the last round.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to get some size ups on all of these things?
I'm going to size up. I'm just going to get size runs.
Yeah. I mean, but you're going to get, because like normally you probably wouldn't get a bunch of like double or what, you know.
Actually, I stock a lot of extra large almost as many double extra larges, and I even brought in a few 3Xs in the new Solomon's Island cycling kit, which is beautiful, by the way.
It is beautiful.
You seen it in person?
No, I haven't seen it in person.
It's HAWT. Like,
Really?
Philip has done some beautiful stuff, especially for Matt and a lot of teams and clubs. Man, that is
Is it
that is so pretty.
Is it the nice jersey material and the zippers like that are on the coastal kit?
Yep.
Oh, see, now I get
Our Maryland, because Philip didn't do that all around her until Matt
Mhm.
came up with that idea and pieced that together with Philip and from the last coastal kit, which we haven't done a run of GTD and the new all around jerseys. Now we're getting really dorky in the jerseys, but
that's okay,
I've been
'cause they're
doing my
cool.
Maryland
Those are cool.
and
Awesome.
Solomon's Island cycling kit have that same setup, and
Love that zipper setup.
but that 6 jersey is so beautiful.
I wore
It
my
makes me almost want to wear a 6 jersey. Never owned one in my life.
I wore my coastal kit for the first couple of days at ESR, and you always get a lot of compliments with that jersey because it's just so unique and so different. Ain't nobody out there copying that. And when you see that jersey and somebody's wearing it, you can give them a special kind of like, you know what's up kind of thing going on. So this is another one like it. The Coastal Fern button up and jersey, that pre-sale going on now. Google Ridge Supply and you'll find it. The other thing,
If you miss out, I will
If you
have
miss out,
stock in,
you'll have
in a
some.
month.
the other thing that Matt has going on, Croatan
I
Campfire,
didn't sign up for that.
November 3rd and 4th. You're camping at the Speedway, and then you're doing Sector 4x4 for 40 miles. I'm guessing you do like 4 10-mile loops is what it kind of sounds like. But you're camping at the Speedway. It's just like it's almost like he has figured out a way to bookend the season.
Yes.
With that early March, because that's like one of your first events of the season. And November, that early November is going to be one of your last kind of events. So, good job, Matt. Are we doing that? Are we going to go down for that?
I am. I'm signing up right now.
Okay. So I got a bunch of people ask me questions about it today. And are we doing that thing? So we're putting that on the calendar. November 3rd or 4th. God, I hope that weekend is open. I'm not going to check my calendar right now, but I will do it as soon as we're done.
I'm gonna sign up for the
Jason, that answers your question because Jason messaged me earlier. Are you guys doing
Jason
this?
Linville?
No. Jason, West Virginia boys, Jason.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No. I'm signing up for the junior boys.
He's. Never mind. I'm done.
So it sounds like we'll be there in full force.
So I got everyone pooed on my unpaved plans because even Larry backed out from staying with us.
Larry's staying with his
Staying
West
with
Virginia
West
friends.
Virginia friends.
Oh,
They're giving him a
Daryl has
ride.
replaced me.
I feel like I was the tumble pin on that.
I know.
Kind of like,
Guess who's going to unpaved?
ooh.
Also, might want to use his Marriott points because it's $3.99. But I booked like a 6-person Airbnb with a hot tub, a pool table, everything. Travis and his wife.
No, not God.
Yeah.
I'm Travis is
happening.
replacing me. Daryl's replaced Joey.
I was even going to ask Kelly Catelli and Carrie Warner if they wanted to stay with us too.
Oh, you should. I see. I'm missing out. But you see, your plans took a little nosedive, but now they've elevated, they've escalated, they have become larger and bigger and
Well,
stronger.
once me and Travis hugged, I felt something.
Yeah.
So
Travis did lift up his shirt so that because
it's-
he said, "Show me your boobs" in the message. So
also, I brought my megaphone. I never used it because it wasn't what I was thinking, but I did use it to yell Travis
Okay.
when I saw him.
All right.
So everyone there heard me yell Travis.
All right. So Croatan Campfire, November 3rd and 4th. Be there, be square. You want to do this or that?
ready.
Joey just fired off writing some this or that
so
here.
good.
Dude, I am-
and they're good.
I didn't
too.
take my medicine before I came home, and now I took my medicine, so I feel like I should
You
hold
told me
his
you
hands.
did.
Okay. First, this or that. Jess, you go first.
Ready.
Calzone or Hot Pocket?
Calzone. Actually, just went to Jersey, and last night my brother got me the best tomato pie ever.
Oh, I love tomato
Okay.
pie.
I love tomato pie. It was so good. We were sitting in a car for like 6.5 hours, and we got there, we got home, and my brother got me a tomato pie.
Ugh.
And he made frequent Starbucks stops for me.
Yeah, he
this
did take care of you very
He
nicely.
did.
Nice.
It was very nice to be a part of his family for the weekend.
Excellent. I'm gonna
Calzone, final answer.
go with calzone, absolutely, because calzone. You know, but I guess it could be like not all calzones would be created equal. Like a Three Brothers calzone versus a Lito's calzone.
Well, there could be better calzones out there, right? It's just
there will always be faster calzones.
Yeah.
There will always be
There will
slower
be
calzones. So just get your calzone and be happy with it, Joey.
You guys not watch Parks and Rec?
No,
Remember
Yes.
calzones?
no,
Oh God, everyone hated Ben because he liked calzones.
I
Instead
didn't
of
realize
pizza.
that.
I love a good calzone.
Well,
Love
it didn't
It's
say
like a,
it didn't say calzone or pizza. It says calzone or hot pocket.
Sorry, I do love Hot Pockets. They're so easy
Hot
and convenient.
don't like them, but
Grew
I
up
do
with Hot
like
Pockets.
I'm
them.
not sure I've ever had a hot pocket.
I
You've
do-
never had a Hot
Wow.
Pocket?
I do like the invention of the air fryer because the
You throw a
hot pocket would be like frozen on the
Uh-huh.
inside, like all the way on the inside.
Oh yeah, when you
On the outside, the cheese is like burning your lips and everything like that.
Yeah.
So-
the hot pocket and the air fryer kind of go together. Okay, maybe I'll try a hot pocket in
Hot Pocket. They do ham and cheese Hot Pockets too.
Okay, I
But
just
I want to
love
go
that. Hot
calzone
Pocket.
on that one.
Okay.
There's something like a Litos has a good calzone.
yeah, I do like a good calzone or stromboli. I also like stromboli.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Dirty Kitten Growly Cat or Dirty Kitten Gravel Race?
Is it me?
Yes, it's
Oh, 100% Growly Cat.
100% Growly Cat.
Oh my
for me.
God. Nobody's freaking out.
Yeah.
And like the thing I try to tell people is like, you're all like, you're in control. Like,
We're all going to work on
nobody,
Monday.
yeah, like, come on. Like, let's go.
I having not
100% Growly Cat.
Having-
I don't like the stress of it all.
having not done the gravel race, but I can actually see where I just loved the format of the Growly Cat and cannot wait for it to happen again because it's just everybody's on a course, everybody's just out riding their bikes, going different directions, and it's just so much fun. It's like a game. Joey,
I'm gonna go Growly Cat.
okay,
I didn't do the race.
we've been, but that's okay.
I like the freedom. No one else does it like.
Yeah.
It's the freedom of the Growly Cat.
But
Yeah.
the whole venue is lovely for riding, so you can't go wrong with either.
Yeah.
But I like the format of the Growly Cat.
It's just the opportunity to see people and moving different.
I wish
directions.
more people did gravel. Like, I know that road cycling has their events, like the fundraiser events and like things like that, where you can go out and ride and there's no like, we're not fighting for spots and stuff like that. But I wish more people did that.
Yeah.
Like, I wish more people were just like, sign up and ride how many miles you like. And they're like, but I need to put it on Strava. Da, da, da. Like, all those things. Like, sure, put it on Strava, but that's on you. Like, I just want to go out and ride my bike. So just give me the freedom to go out and ride my bike.
100%. Third item: waiting in a merch line or seeing the opener.
Well, if Joey and I were to go see Taylor Swift
I
together,
volunteered.
I would send him to the merch line.
So Joey would stand in the merch.
Joey
line.
would stay in the merch line.
I
No, She just
volunteered.
added like a whole bunch more. Like
Of course she did.
she's like I was going to say she's a rock star, but she is a rock
She's
star.
making this tour. She's made $500 million.
$1 billion.
She donated like
Don't matter. She's still got $500 million from one tour.
she gave everybody who worked on the Eras tour, truck drivers, backup dancers, artists, blah blah blah.
Autograph posters.
Everybody got a bonus check from Taylor Swift of $100,000 or something like that.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, it is.
No, I watched Suits. Harvey
Whatever,
Specter
Joey.
got a $500,000
Whatever,
for like
Joey. Whatever.
So I would. I am,
100%. I would send Joey to. I don't even know what the question is, but I do know I would send Joey to the merch line.
so because a lot of there's an opening act, and then does Taylor Swift have an opening act?
Yes.
Okay, so it would be like, would you rather see that opening act or go stand in the merch line? And
Oh.
so I don't know.
I love working the merch tent at Dirty Kitten because I love finding sizes, like digging through the sizes and finding the right size. I love it. It's like a thrill of the fight.
Nice. I'm not a big merch person from like a concert perspective or a race or anything like that. I would probably rather see the opener because sometimes the opener's better than the act. Honestly, that happens quite a bit. Joey.
So the funny story is I just took this one offline, but I wanted to see. I found out this guy Marcus King was playing in Memphis last year, and I was really excited that Marcus King was playing while we were in town. But I saw he was the opener, and I didn't realize he was opening for Chris Stapleton. So I was just as excited for Marcus King He's a North Carolina boy.
Blues guitar guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very soul.
Yeah.
Usually a little high, but
Aren't we all?
he was the opener for we heard this lady
Pretty heavy
Lola
lineup right there.
She was screaming so loud you couldn't really understand her. But Marcus King opened up, and his opening act, it was like an hour. It was his own little concert.
Yeah. Nice.
He really went for it. It was
Cool.
perfect.
Well, the two of them together would actually be that's a pretty cool show.
They're
So you would not skip the opener for merch. Got it.
I would do it for Taylor. I would stand in a ticket line all night, or merch line to
line
get
all
a
night?
T-shirt for Taylor Swift.
Okay.
She plays like 48 songs or something.
And you can
44 plus 4 acoustic
You
surprise
can
songs.
probably
48.
hear all of that from the merch line too. I
I
would
can
think.
hear all that on my iTunes.
You can sit there with your headphones in. Yeah. Okay. Last
I
item.
think she really sings.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yes, she
Joey.
does.
Oh my God, Joey.
I don't know. I saw a Nicki
God, we're
Minaj
not-
thing the other day, and someone threw water at her, and she threw the microphone, and her microphone was clearly on the ground, and she was still singing.
Okay,
Nicki
Joey.
Minaj and Taylor Swift are not in the same category.
I'm just saying.
Ride in single digits or ride in triple digits? I'm assuming that means temperature.
Or does it?
I don't know. Riding in, would you rather ride? I know your answer. You like to ride when it's cold.
I like to ride when it's cold.
Yeah. I would, man, triple digits. That's rough.
The heat index on Saturday by us was like 114. Like that's how hot it was.
That's what I was
Because the heat gods knew Alex and Chris were throwing a bike race, and they had to just.
Except for Sunday. It was cool.
Heat miser
Yeah.
brought it.
Yeah.
Sunday was like 72 high with a breeze. In the
Yeah, Sunday. Riding in single digits or triple digits. You can always add layers, and I've got real good with the merino wool stuff. So I'm going to say single digits. I'd rather go with the cold weather because triple digits, that can be dangerous. Dangerous.
triple digits?
Yeah. Super hot.
Super fly.
So what would you go for?
Oh, I go single digits. I've been close, and it's not fun, but
I think we may have all agreed across the board.
I didn't do this on purpose.
That only happens
Single-
when we vote Wawa or Sheets because we're all Wawa people.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Are you serious?
Today I stopped at Wawa. I was like, you guys are the best
Did you
Wawa.
just say we were all
Not to
Wawa?
revisit this.
And now you're
But Jess, I'm coming to the Wawa camp.
You are, right?
why?
No, I've always been a Sheets guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who did you wrong?
I'm coming to the Wawa camp. The last few times I've been to
Do
Sheets,
they have mozzarella sticks?
their glizzies aren't that
Tater
great.
No, you don't get a hot dog from Sheets. They're mediocre.
I just
You get the roasted. They've been like soggy Wawa hot dogs. Those are good.
the ones that have been sitting in the bun and they're
Yeah.
kind of wrapped in they're
And
soggy.
you get the quarter pounders, some big
I don't know.
gems.
I don't know, but it is really hard. They've still got that fryer, and they do the tots and the cheese curds, and sheets, and all of that.
Sheets.
But almost everything else, I'm beginning to swing. I could easily be swayed to the Wawa camp,
I like the Wawa app for paying for gas.
and I could very easily see myself becoming a sole Rofo, like without leave all those other ones behind for that Royal Farms chicken.
We're supposed to get Royal Farms around here,
That'd be nice if we got a Royal.
like at St. Mary's.
It's like immediately gain like 6
Maybe they'll
pounds.
take over Ready Duck.
Immediately gain 6 pounds from fried chicken.
I love Royal Farms.
All
Eastern Shore
right.
Life.
Yeah, no doubt. You guys got anything else we want to talk about this week?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Hey, there's multiple colors of the sole socks.
Mm-hmm.
I double check because I call them the double sole. For Matt's like, you mean the sole? The bottom? Have you seen these?
Oh yeah.
I wear these at work so much.
Yeah, they got
And long rides.
the
They're
cushy bottom.
double thick.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
god!
gave me a pair of those. At
I think I got
somewhere
3
I
or
can't remember.
4, and I love the all black. He did all black.
Yeah,
I like that he did that for me because I like black socks.
I've got the all black ones, and they're my wedding socks.
Yeah,
I do. I wear my all black shake the dust.
you got to get
Do
married.
you know what
in
Matt
March
gave
plus.
me? Hugs. He gives me hugs and highs, and he says, "Hi, Jess," every 10 minutes to me.
Your money's as green as mine.
No, Joey, I always just wear your socks.
Oh, we have a
It's
lot.
not a big deal. I just wear
Also-
your socks.
I don't know if we talked about this. Me and Matt made a transaction on a bicycle.
Okay.
Matt's doing a Shenandoah 100, and it's actually like 3 weeks away now.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted an Epic Evo Pro.
You put Matt on a bike.
We put Matt put me on a bike this year, and I put Matt on a bike this year.
Nice.
So I'm just waiting for him to sell his rodeo
Scratch my back. I scratch
Uh,
yours. What are you doing over
real
there?
donkey. But yeah, Matt's got a very nice mountain bike right now. If anyone else is doing Shenandoah 100,
Okay.
he's out there. He was riding in Stokesville last week.
So be on the lookout for Matt shredding it. And
Yes, it is a beautiful bike, and I wanted to twin them, and there's no more left. I was
Aw.
going to flop my hey out.
Aw.
Not because I hate my hey. I
Did you
freaking love
see
my
that
hey.
Salsa renamed the Muckluck to Heyday? They renamed the bike.
I don't know. Even though they still made the Muckluck.
Yeah, it was
They renamed the Journeyman to the Journeyer last year.
I saw they did that. I don't know the story. I'm
Um,
not sure why they did it. They made a big deal out of it though, renaming it. So maybe there was something wrong. I don't know. Okay, you guys ready? Now we're gonna be gone again next week. So we can talk extra long tonight because I'm in.
I got some people lined up for the podcast. Ian,
I'd love to have Ian back.
Ian from the Outsiders.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Other
yeah,
Ian.
he
Other
was
Ian.
very excited
You,
to
Ian.
hear their stories. Yeah,
Ian's in
very
Virginia
excited.
Beach. Possibly want to do one in person. We were going to get M. Boo on.
Yes,
And then I was talking to someone else. I need to figure out Kerry Warner's rest of the season so we can get him on because he's a pretty cool dude.
Okay, well, you guys take next week while we're off next week.
Well, I'll schedule people starting next week. And then it kind of upset me, and I almost hit him in the... No, I'm just kidding. Bruce was like, hey, I haven't really heard you on the podcast in a while. I'm like, what? So, well, we need another moment with Bruce, so we'll have Bruce on soon.
Yeah, he can make us
Bruce.
breakfast. I can't believe an event photographer showed up to an event early to make everybody breakfast.
He's Bruce.
I know,
Bruce is a
right?
great
Like,
guy.
how are these people so nice?
Fantastic.
We were,
My mom said that my mom was like, Sarah said you were too much at the event. I was like, Mom,
Sarah said that?
I was with my people. Like,
You got to
She's
find
at your
people.
house
I
now.
was with my people.
I wanted to hear how Sarah said that. Anyway, this will be an awkward Thanksgiving this year.
You can walk us. So what'd you say? What'd you say, Sarah? What'd Sarah say?
Now I don't remember what I was gonna.
Give it. Bruce with breakfast.
Oh yeah, just Bruce. Oh, we were twinning. We had our cowboy hats on.
Ah.
You should have seen my outfit. I didn't realize how ridiculous I looked until.
I'm sure you looked fantastic. I'm sure you looked fantastic, right?
I'll send you a picture. It was pretty epic.
We need to get little
Hey,
rompers.
just like that all-
I still want rompers.
Isn't that a jumpsuit?
Yeah, like a butter. No, it's short
I
pants.
got overalls. I'll just
It's-
cut my.
it's like
I'll
half
cut them
pants.
off like a few inches
Yeah,
below the crotch.
it's a jumpsuit with and then angle them up on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Like
So
a bikini romper.
Joey was wearing Crocs and socks
Okay, yeah, can
With
see. Yeah, I do
fish,
that.
with little fish on his pants,
Yeah.
a shirt, a snowy shirt, tie-dye, and then a cowboy hat.
Excellent.
So picture in inbox right now.
And I did the whole slinging. I got my new Nittany hand up combo fanny packs.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I got two of them. So one is my mountain bike one and one is my dog one. Walking the dog and stuff. So that's what it was there for. And it's got the Hawaiian floral on that with the purple Nittany Mountain Work stuff. It's beautiful.
I did wear I had all of my brightly colored Ridge Supply socks that I wore all week with my white Crocs.
Oh, yeah.
So I was the sock guy. And I actually had people come up to me and they're like, I remember you from last year because of your socks. Like, not because of the teeth. You remember me because of my socks? Oh, and I got teeth news.
Oh, yeah.
I actually got my posts in about a month. I may actually have
I don't want you to get teeth, though.
Well, I want teeth. It's about time to get them back. Jess just disappeared under the... Where'd she go? She's messing with Blake. Okay, yeah, we do. Just time to
Well,
slow
I
it
can
down.
keep talking because I'm going to bed right after this.
Okay, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoyed the podcast, consider checking us out on Patreon. We really appreciate your support, and your monthly donation of just a couple of bucks helps us keep this thing going. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Many folks like Travis touched me this weekend. So find me at the next event, which I don't know. I did sign up for the campfire.
Did you?
During the podcast.
Well, I will do it. I will do it tonight.
I signed up. Yeah, I didn't sign up for the junior boys, open men. GravelTravelDirt.com is our domain, if you know what I mean. And our Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD, where I'm pretty dormant sometimes. And Brian's on there sometimes too.
Sometimes. We're recording this thing right here in y'all's kitchen with Blake under the table, who's been a very good boy. He's been a very good boy for this hour.
He was howling.
15 some odd minutes we've been going. Thanks everybody for riding along with us. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you. Bye.
Meow. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.